Take a deep breath in. You are in for a treat, my hey. I got something to say, people. I love you guys. Oh my gosh, your support is off the chain for the new year. Many blessings, many blessings. Mira's in the house. Hi, Mira.
Hi, Sandy. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited.
So I love everyone I bring on my podcast. You know that they're the best peeps. I might be partial, but I can tell you this, they're all amazing humans, no matter what they do. Some of them I don't know so well. Some of them I do. Mira, yay! I know very well because she is my speaker agent. Woo, woo.
Yes.
So before I normally do a happy dance before someone comes on, but Mira, show them what you were doing. I'm going to
The-
follow your lead.
my dance, I'll just do my hand dance since we can't really get up.
Is this sort of like Hawaiian dancing or like
It's actually traditional Kyrgyz dance.
traditional what?
Well, I'm from Kyrgyzstan. So this like hand movement is like,
Oh,
yeah, it's the dance.
I just taught Bollywood this weekend, and Bollywood is like do do.
Oh, cool. Yes, yes.
I love it. I love it all. I always tell people, even if your feet can't move, just move your arms.
Yes, exactly. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Okay. I feel even that, look at that. Even that, just doing that in your chair, it's invigorating, isn't it?
100%. And like Sandy said, been with Sandy for over a year now. So movement, laughter, words. That's my jam, Sandy.
It's your jam.
That's my jam, yes.
Movement words. I like that. All right. So now that you mention that, do you have something you do, a ritual in the morning to get you in a positive, powerful mindset? You do?
I love dancing. So I didn't do this before, but after we started working together and you told me about this, the mind shift within a couple of minutes a day, I really embrace that. And
Mhm.
I don't do it perfectly, but I definitely love the dance part. So every morning I put the music on, or Jeremiah, my husband, puts the music on, and we just, I do my dance in the morning, get myself in a positive mood. And also gratitude. I don't do it first thing in the morning, maybe throughout the day, or
Okay.
if I'm feeling a little bit down or something, happens, I just like, okay, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm
Yep.
just grateful I have a house. I'm grateful I have my health, my family, and just, the list goes on. And I truly am grateful. So those are my rituals.
I can vouch for that. Okay, let's back up. You and your husband dance together, or he just puts the music on? I mean, you just kind of threw that in there.
I definitely dance. And then my husband just rolls his eyes.
Oh, that's like my husband. Okay, I just want to make sure I got it
It's
straight.
okay. It's all good. Yeah, he does put the music on. He likes music as well. So I'm all good.
Okay.
I don't need an audience. I'll just do it.
Well, of course. Yeah, that's the best part. Dance it alone. Well,
All right.
my dog always chips in. All right, let's get into your power statement.
Okay.
I want to tell women around the world and men that support us. And you said, be helpful with kindness. So I had so many questions that came up, me and my little head spinning and spinning. I was like, can you be helpful without kindness? And I thought about it. Yes, you can be resentful and helpful. And I or guilt ridden and helpful. So I know the difference. But what does it mean to you? And why did you pick be helpful with kindness?
Yes. This is my latest mantra, right? So if, let's say, somebody comes to me, hey, I need help, help me with this, like help me with, become a speaker, help me with outreach, help me with whatever it is the services I offer, I tell myself, okay, I'm going to detach myself from the outcome, right? I'm going to just be as helpful as I can be to this person in the moment. And then if something comes from that experience, that's the bonus. That's a cherry on top. But first and foremost, be helpful first with kindness, without expecting something in return, right?
Mhm.
And I do believe things return to you twofold. If you give the kindness comes back to you. And it doesn't have to be work related. It can be just like today. I was telling you, I helped my friend's mom who doesn't speak English to, help her out to go to the clinic to speak to the doctor. She couldn't communicate. So she's like, hey, can you do it for 30 minutes? I'm like, sure. And I mean, I didn't even think about it. It was just like, of course, right? Like, I don't even think about it. Like, of course I do it. I have a, 30, 40 minutes to spare. It went
Yeah.
on longer, but it's okay.
It is the doctors.
Yes, it is important.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it always takes longer than you think. And that's true. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I do believe, yes, we want to stay on track with our goals, and there's certain things we want to accomplish every day. And when you're in business for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
no, you could easily get distracted. But when you're doing something to help somebody and you bring that kindness, it doesn't matter how much you work that day. And that if you cut out an hour to help someone, I think it does come back to you. No, I know it does come back to you.
Absolutely. I'm a true believer in that.
Yeah.
True believer in that, like karma thing, right? True believer in that. And then also it translates to work too. For example, if I'm speaking to an event planner in my world, right?
Yeah.
I want to find out what is it that they're trying to accomplish with the event, what they want their audiences walk away with, what kind of feeling they want their audiences to have during that event. And then at that point, when they tell me, I want to find out, right? I want to find out. I want to be helpful. I don't want to just attach that conversation. Well, is there going to be a deal? Am I going to get paid from it? Yes, of course, I think about that, but don't lead with that.
Yeah. It's a
Don't lead
piece of
with that.
it.
And that's
Yeah.
why I say with kindness, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You first want to
Yeah.
help, you first want to find out what the problem is, then you find out how you can help most and the best, what kind of solution. And then if the deal comes with it, then it's perfect. It's like a beautiful yin yang thing, right? Like it's just it
Mhm.
happened. It meant to be. And if
Yeah.
it didn't meant to be, then it's fine too. You just let it go.
I think that's also what a lot of my friends and colleagues are talking about lately, which are making genuine connections, even on social media, not just networking. That, yes, you want business and yes, you want to help each other, but getting to know the person, it's not the quantity that matters, it's the quality. And in that, when you build those relationships, there's so many people out there, right, that do amazing things, but now you're going to be on the top of their mind
Mm-hmm.
because you spent time really getting to know them and being genuine. And the same thing with kindness. I think about that all the time. I want to first do it because I'm genuinely wanting to help them and interested in them. And of course, I hope it benefits us in business.
Absolutely. And when you detach yourself from the outcome, detach yourself from, well, I really need this deal to close, then you really can lean on to your authenticity, right? Like the
Yep,
authenticity comes through, the kindness comes through, real conversations, deep conversations start happening. You're not
absolutely.
distracted. Um, and in my world, being authentic and relationships is a big thing. It probably in every business, really.
It really is in your world, but it matters everywhere.
It
Everywhere.
matters everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No matter what you're doing. All right. Before we get into more of your awesome tips, I want to tell them a little bit about you. But I'm going to do something I haven't done in probably 12 years. You ready for this one, Mir?
I am.
You're like, what is she going to do? Now,
Well, here
there is
we
no way in heck I could say your name as
go.
beautifully as you did. I'm lucky. They laugh at me. I always change up words and make up words, but I don't like making up words for people's names. So I will say Mira. Mira, say your last name. It's like music to the ears.
It's Mambetalieva.
You see what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
mouthful, I know, and I didn't change it on purpose. I wanted everybody to struggle with it.
Mambetalieva.
Yep,
Mambetalieva.
that's it.
It's it, but it's not as Mambetalieva. You when you look at it, it is pronounced how it's spelled, but
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
flows
You
off the
got it.
tongue.
You got it, Sandy. That was perfect. That was really
Mambetalieva. I know I got it, but it's not as pretty, but that's okay. Okay. Mira is
yes,
a
that's
curious soul,
easy. Yes.
right? A natural questioner, seeker of truth, always learning, always exploring. She's fueled by curiosity, connection, and the joy of new experiences shaped by travel, culture, and conversation. She loves nature, yoga, great food, deep conversations, and getting lost in stories. Professionally, she's a speaker strategist helping thought leaders, authors, and speakers amplify their voices on stages and podcasts. Okay, so Mira, we're going to pause here a second. We need to know a little bit about you, how you ended up in the USA down south. What brought you here, my friend?
Oh my gosh. So my journey starts so far away from the speaking world in the mountains of Central Asia.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
I'm originally from Kyrgyzstan. I was born and raised there. Kyrgyzstan is a country in Central Asia. I was one of the 15 republics of former Soviet Union. So that's why I speak Russian. That's why I hear my accent. But I also speak my native language, which is Kyrgyz.
Oh,
And
Kyrgyz?
Kyrgyz, which is
Kyrgyz.
very similar to Turkish language.
Kyrgyz. There's
Yes.
a dog that reminds me of that name, Kyrgyz. No, let's move on. Okay, go ahead. In your country,
So
in
yes,
the mountains.
in the mountains, far from America, far from the speaking world, far from my life today. And I moved here over 25 years ago to attend a college called Hartwick College in upstate New York, where I majored in accounting. I graduated with a degree in accounting. Um, I worked several years as an accountant for a CPA firm. Then I transitioned to a software development company. Then I transitioned, kind of like my career changed a little bit. I did a little bit of marketing, digital marketing, worked a few years there. Then I transitioned into the world of cybersecurity, worked as a project manager,
Hmm.
managing ethical hacking and penetration testing projects. I did that for a number of years. And
Ooh.
then in 2018, I came across this world of public speaking and I got pulled into this world. I was just fascinated, right? At the time, I was working with one speaker, and I learned that there's speaker bureaus that these corporations would hire a keynote speaker to start the event. They would also hire breakout speakers. There are also all these associations that look for speakers and that host multiple events per year. I mean, this whole thing, it was like so new to me. I was
Yeah.
just, wait, what? And you get paid what? Right? So yeah, and then several years ago, I decided to found my own business, frankly speaking, agency. And all of those experiences, really my accounting experience, my project management experience, working with bureaus experience, were really the foundation for, frankly speaking, agency. And now I manage a handful of speakers where I help them with their outreach, with their speaker keynotes, topics, and anything from you know getting them in front of the bureaus, in front of the event organizers, to if the deal closes, to invoicing, collections, all that stuff. So it's like a whole sort of like cycle of a speaking business. So that's what I do today. But yeah, my journey started so far and so unrelated. And my career was just like I said, I was like accounting, marketing, cybersecurity, now speaking.
I did not know some of that, Mira.
Uh, yes, I also taught entrepreneurship and marketing at a university in Kyrgyzstan. And In my free time, I do volunteer at a organization that trains service dogs. So I love dogs, and I have Frank here
Where's Frank?
right now. My dog Frank, who is he's a retired service dog, so he came from that organization to live with us forever. They wouldn't tell us the reasons why he's a retired now service dog, but he's young. He's only 6 years old. We love him to pieces, and he's with us now.
I don't even know Frank that well. I only know Frank from you talking about him. And I
Frank,
love Frank.
do you want to see Frank? I don't know if I'll
I
let
really do want to see
you.
Frank.
Frank, come on, Frank. Everybody wants to see you. Come on, Frank. Come on. This is an important podcast. Can you come up? Can you see him? Let me see if I can. Oops.
All right, we'll wait. Do do do. What's
There
that
he is.
music they play?
Can you see Frank?
Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Frank.
He's
Frank,
old.
thanks for being an awesome dog. Sometimes Mira will call me and we'll have Zoom calls. We check in once every other week, and she'll say to me, "Hey, can we do a phone call? Because she is walking Frank." Yay!
100% truth. Yes. I'll be like, can we please do a phone call instead of a Zoom call? Um, yes,
Listen,
he's a great, great dog.
I did
Super.
not know that about you volunteering with the service dogs. I had no clue.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do anything crazy. They have us socialize the dogs, like take them to, grocery store, take them to the mall, bring them home so they know what home feels like.
Yep.
Because these dogs, there are about 100 dogs at one time. The organization's name is Canine Assistance, and they train service dogs for, people that need them. Um, like people with
Mm.
mobility issues, people with diabetes. So these dogs are able to identify, to sniff out your chemistry.
What?
Your blood sugar goes up or down, they would bark to let you know that you gotta go take your medicine. And this is the only one organization
Oh, that's
in
a
the
whole
United
nother
States.
podcast, Mira. That's a whole nother podcast.
I know, but I'm gonna just kind of close the loop on that. This is the only organization in the United States that does not charge for their dogs. It's completely volunteer based, nonprofit. Usually, organizations like that are for profit, they charge up to those $30,000 and more per one dog. So, anyway,
That's unbelievable.
yes, yes,
That's
that's why I love
unbelievable.
them.
All right. Well, I definitely, that's like, I've never had anybody on in 17 years about that topic ever. That is like a whole, that fascinates me. But let's go back. I got questions here, and I'm looking at all the
Okay,
questions I have for you because I
okay,
sent them out to my peeps. And I guess the biggest question that I got over and over again from speakers, I'm going to sum it up. I always make up names. So let's call her Sally Bell. This one will be Sally Bell.
okay.
Dear Mir, I've been speaking for years, and I'm sure you're aware of this. There are ebbs and flows. There's times where I'm booked, and times there are just nothing. Do you have any tips on how I cannot get frustrated? I love what I do, and I get a real high, and then there's absolutely nothing. Okay, I said that before, but I'm going to say it again.
Yes, I do have tips. I found out
Oh my
that
God, that's funny.
only 10% of speakers do outreach. Um, and the reason 90% of speakers don't do outreach because they don't like doing outreach. They get bored with it. They're nervous to do an outreach. They don't want to talk on the phone. They'd rather focus on their own business, on consulting, on coaching, speaking, anything else but outreach. So the statistics, according to speaker flow data, only 10% of speakers do outreach. So I imagine this woman, if she would have systems in place to do the outreach, her business wouldn't be so sporadic where she's busy some
Ah,
days, other days she's not. So if there's consistent, daily outreach, whether through a VA or somebody like me or herself through
I gotcha.
systems, then she might have a different outcome. That's I mean,
I,
everything else, she probably already knows, being consistent with whatever you're doing. If it is outreach, that's number one, be consistent with that. If it's newsletters, if it's appearing on social, just make sure it's consistent. And it's not where you are doing it, then you're like, okay, I'm good, taking a
yeah,
break.
no, no, you're right. You're right. And I hear that a lot from speakers too, that, they're on a roll and then zoop, they're on a roll. But you're right. A lot of them are not full-time speakers. It's an and. So they have other jobs, they do other things for income. So it might be hit or miss because they don't have a consistent plan of the outreach going on, whether it's them or someone else.
Absolutely. I see
And
it.
that's with every business. That's with everything. No matter what you do, clients, workshops, whatever it is, it's got to
Right,
be consistent.
right.
Good point, Mira. All right, I'm gonna plug this in here because I love this. Treat podcasts like the stages they are. And I know you said some of your clients have gotten speaking engagements
Yes.
with the podcasts they do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I guess my tip here, if you want to be a professional speaker, uh, you know, treat podcasts like real stages because they are, right? You're in front of somebody else's audience. So I am here on Sandy's podcast. Sandy has built this podcast for the last 10 plus years. You
Yep.
have an amazing global audience, and here I am in front of them. It didn't cost me anything, only my time, right? But somebody might come to me through this podcast and say, hey, Mira, I've heard of you or heard about you, heard how you spoke, heard about the outreach you're talking about. Maybe let's have a conversation. So, in the same manner, several of my clients were able to land paid speaking opportunities through a podcast because somebody heard them speak and they're like, that topic resonates with our audience. I like the way he or she was presenting on the podcast, talking, energy,
Oh, yeah.
cadence, all that stuff, right? And they were able to get some business out of it. You were going to
You
say,
know, I think that matters for everyone on a podcast because when people are coming on a podcast, no matter what they do, yes, they want to tell their story. Almost everyone no, everyone that comes on my podcast wants to help others and make a difference in the world. But they're also promoting what they do.
absolutely, yes.
Everybody is. And
Yes.
so I love the way you said that. Treat it like it's a stage because you are presenting yourself and whatever it is that you want to do in the world. But
Mhm.
even take that a step further. And I think about that when I don't know what you think of that, but I go to a lot of network events. I'm going to one tonight. I look at it like this is my stage. Who am I going to meet there? Who am I going to help? Who am I going to have a genuine conversation with? It's the same thing to me. It's not even just with the podcast.
100%. Yes. The one, I guess, positive, maybe it's a negative thing for some people, but you don't have to leave your room. You don't have to leave your office to do the podcast. So why
That's,
aren't you doing that,
that's
right?
a good point.
Some people might be like, no, I'd rather get out and, mingle with people. But for most people, it's, for me, for example, it's easier for me to get on a podcast
Yeah, you're
um,
right. You're
than do my
right.
30, 40-minute thing.
It's an
Um,
and, Mira. It's
it's
an
an
and.
and. You're right, 100%. It's an and. It's definitely an and.
I've watched you, and I'm thinking of this now because even when you say the podcast is your stage,
Mhm.
I've watched you on social media also pumping up other people's platforms. And I love that about you.
Thank you so much. Yes. I mean, I feel like um, it's somewhat professional and somewhat kindness, but I'm pumping them up because my speakers on their podcast, but I also want to give them, and I always tell my speakers, please go back on those podcasts and leave them a review because then the host will remember you forever. You left a review on their platform and it's a 5 star, flying colors, beautiful review. Why wouldn't you do that? I always tell that to them.
Now, what? That wasn't one of your. Let's highlight that because I haven't thought about that in a while. And I think the reason they don't do it is we forget.
100%.
That's
Yeah,
it. We forget. We're not thinking that way.
right, right. And same with books, right? Go leave a review on the book. You were, for example, right? You speaking to somebody who's an author, he's a thought leader, leave
Never
a
thought of that.
review. It's such a nice gesture.
I know to do that, but I have to tell you, I haven't done that in a beat for no other reason. I haven't thought
Just
about it.
forget. You just forget. You just don't think it's here and then it's not.
Yeah. Thank you, Mira. I'm putting a
You're
star
welcome.
by that one. Okay. Get genuinely curious about the people you serve, which I get who you serve, but this applies to freaking everyone. Everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am a curious person. I think the reason I'm in this industry because of my curiosity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I get curious about people. I get curious about speakers. I get curious about the events. I get curious about, well, what would be the perfect match for that event? Who out of my roster, and I don't just work with my roster, I work with extended roster where I collaborate with other speaker bureaus, speaker
Oh,
agencies, speaker managers too. Um, because for example, I don't have at the time I didn't have an artificial intelligence speaker, for example. So I collaborated with another speaker management firm to bring their speaker to my client event organizer, and that worked out. So I'm always curious. I always want to learn how people, what are they doing, what drives them, how they're making money, right, how they're landing clients, what is their message. It's just, I can go down the rabbit hole just like researching the person, right, just to, because I need to know that, not because I need to know that for my work. And then also with corporations and corporations hosting events, same thing. Like I want to learn all about the events because again, it's for my business too. For example, some organizations host several events a year. Some of them are like per topic, like one is health, another
mhm.
is, leadership, another is technology. So then, I already know, okay, well, this event hosts this many events, or I'm sorry, this organization hosts this many events. And then I'm thinking already, like, if I don't have somebody from my roster, who can be a perfect fit for that or other event? So I'm always curious, and that always drove me to um, to do my business, to travel, to
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
other cultures, all that stuff. I just love it.
And you can tell it's just not a transaction. So even from the first time I met you, you just know you're the real deal. And yes, it's business, but you genuinely get excited
Thank
about,
you. I do.
yeah, magnifying someone's voice so they can spread their message on the bigger stages and reach people. I mean, you just exude that. And I'm sure all your speakers will say that about you, but I can tell you this firsthand. Mira and
Thank you.
I will talk. We'll be in the car. I'll be on my way to a client. And we don't really have anything new. We're already chatting about what's going on. And I'll start pontificating is a nice word for it about something in mental and physical well-being, blah, 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 blah. And I know she's genuinely curious. It's not like she's just being polite. So other people I know like, oh God, we don't, okay, Sandy. Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah, that's good for our brains. Look, we got it. Mira's taking it and she's listening and she's asking me more questions about it. And then you're applying it. And I'm like,
I tell everybody, Sandy, about your 3 minute mental shift. I tell it to my friends. I tell it to the event organizers. I mean, outside of professional life, I tell it to my friends.
yeah,
And I'm like, you gotta do it. You've gotta do it. Like, you've gotta get up and start dancing. You gotta get up and, the words of affirmation, good words. What is it that you're expecting for this day? Like, set the stage to have a
yeah.
wonderful, beautiful day.
I'm glad you
So
do
I say it because I'm truly
that.
curious
That
about
makes me
that,
feel
and
good.
it
And
I believe it works, and it's just like, why not? Tell
thank you.
everybody.
Thank you. And the thing is, even, oh my God, Mira, you just made me think of this. We're talking, I was in my late 20s and
Mm-hmm.
being interviewed for some show, who knows what, TV show. And they were asking me my mission. Okay, we know my mission is spread joy. But they were like, what would be the outcome? I said, if I could just get people for 1 to 3 minutes, I was saying that forever, 1 to 3 minutes to get in a positive, powerful mindset, with movement, words, and laughter, I've done my job on earth because
Mm-hmm.
I know it makes a dramatic difference. Now, if you already have your set routine, I'm good. Like some people come up, they write in the journal, they meditate, they make whatever it is. They are solid. But you know how people stick to it? Very few.
Mm.
Very few. Those that have it, that's not my audience. I want those people that do something, don't do something, do something, don't do something, or they overcomplicate it. They make it that there's no way they're going to do that every day. So I
Overthinking.
say, do
Mm-hmm.
do something for 1 to 3 minutes in the morning, and if you want to do more, add it in. But it really does matter. I can tell you, there's everyone thinks I just wake up out of bed going, joy, baby. And some days I do, but there's other days I'm anxious, I'm stressed, I'm worried, I'm filled with anger. Was that, are there anything else? And by the time I come down, push the coffee pot and do that, I've shifted my whole mindset. I don't even remember what I was anxious, upset, anger, whatever.
It's so true. It is so true. Like, it does help me, and that's why I tell people around
Yeah.
me to do the same thing. I remember when we first started working together, we talked about it. You took your time to, like, give me the underlying
I took
science.
the time. I was pontificating again.
No, but no, 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 but I love it. Like I said, I get so curious. And you were like, I think you said, or maybe I complained, I don't go dancing. Like, I don't go dancing.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
And you were like, well, you need to go find the group, just find somebody. So I remember that night I started looking for dance courses, and I found one. It was a Bollywood dancing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Remember I told you? And it was somebody who, like, an acquaintance of mine that we worked out with, I worked out with at my Lifetime Fitness. She opened her own studio, and it was a Bollywood studio. I'm like, hey, I'm going. I want to learn the Bollywood dancing. And it was so much
Told
fun.
you.
It was so much fun. I enjoyed it. Exactly.
I'm so
So
glad.
go find your tribe.
Yeah. And the thing is, it, like you said, Mira, it's an and. So
Yeah.
just do that little bit in the morning and make it, your BAM, your bare ass minimum. And then if you do more, great. All right, but let's get back and thank you. I'm glad we had the conversation because I usually don't talk about it with my guest. I really want to home in on this, and I've saved time for this because it really is important to me. And you mentioned at the beginning, but I want to dive into it more.
Mhm.
Detach from the outcome and lead with kindness. Now, I got a lot of questions about this
Okay.
because I got, like I told you, most of the people, or I'm going to go out on a limb. Like, I think everyone that tunes in to this podcast or has been on the podcast is an awesome human and they want to do good in the world, but they're not sure how to detach from the outcome if their whole thing is they got to make money, they got to drive
Mhm.
revenue, whatever they're doing for a living. And even if they work from someone else, the outcome matters. So they want more explanation on that specific one.
Okay, yeah, it's a tough one because you're right. We live in a capitalistic world. We need to generate money in order to pay for our mortgage,
We.
to eat. Yes. So I 100% agree. It is tough. But I don't know. For me, it still requires some work, right? Detachment. But once you do it several times, you just start seeing the difference. Leading with like you leading with kindness, and then you just completely detach yourself from the outcome. And you do that a few times, you just know the difference.
Mm.
When you lead with, okay, when are we going to close this deal? It shows in your voice. Your service doesn't come across as authentically as you wish it would,
Oh,
right? And maybe to answer your question, maybe it's just, just try it a few times, but then also don't get hooked up on it for too much either, right? If you see that somebody's like clearly taking advantage of your time, it's time to say goodbye,
oh yeah, that's different. Yeah, yeah.
right?
Glad
But
you
if you're
pointed that out.
genuinely helping and that person is receiving your help, and you guys you kicked off, it looks great, sounds great, your service is a good match, and they have a budget, then yes, you know everything, I feel like it should be just like a dance. It should be a
Yeah,
dance, right? It's a
yeah,
dance, it's a exchange of energy. I am providing this, in exchange I'm getting that, right? Don't get so hang up on the money, because money is just energy. It's really, at the end of the day, it's paper, right? So I think, like, the click that, like, I can work with this person. I see my future with this person as a,
I understand now. Now I understand better. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, there's got to be a book about that. I need to
I'm sure
maybe
there's.
read that and send you a summary.
Or you could write one, Mira.
No, 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 no,
Oh my God.
no.
All right, Mira, I'm so glad we found a time and we worked it out and we
Me too.
stayed with it. And I was very excited about having you on the show because I love working with you. You're the bomb. You're amazing. And
Thank you, and likewise.
yay, so much love going around. So I do want to shout your name and what you do from the rooftop. But before we go, and we'll tell them how to reach you. But is there anything we didn't get in that you want to get in to the women around the world and men that support us?
Yes, 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 yes. Anything else? Just do what Sandy says.
I'm good with that
Only
one.
1 to 3 minutes a day. Movement, words, and laughter.
Oh my God.
That's
And you know
super
what's really
important.
funny? I can't, and if you're not, you can't see this, that's okay. But if you're just listening, when I do it on stage, there's a thing movement and I shift to the right, and then words, I put my hands to my mouth, and laughter, I do a belly laugh. Ah, ah. So every time somebody says it, I want to get up and do movement words because it's in my body. And that's the whole idea that I want to leave you with, Mira. And this is so important to me and anyone out there, whether you work with me or who you work, you want to know they truly freaking get you. Because
Mhm.
if they're out there promoting you and what you do, and I've had people, and I could tell, I go, I don't even with my books, I've had people, I'm like, I don't think they get what my book's about.
Mhm.
If they don't get you and understand you and know what it is your message is and really believe in it, how the heck are they going to promote you and sell you? So make sure that you really connect with the person, number one, but
Mhm.
two, that they get what your mission is in life and what you want to do. It's so important. All right, that's enough about the awesome Mira. Now tell us how we can find you when we definitely want to work with you or refer, like if we're not a speaker, we know somebody else, we will want to find you and write down everything in big print.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sandy. Appreciate it. I loved our chat. I always love our chats.
Me,
Every other Thursday.
every other Thursday. Unless
Yes.
Sandy changes it at the last minute.
Yeah, so it's okay. It happens, just life. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I mean, I'm on LinkedIn if anybody's interested. And my website is franklyspeaking.agency.
Say that one more time. What is your website?
Franklyspeaking.agency.
Hence
And
the dog's name is Frank.
yeah, I was gonna say, and to remember the name is frankly speaking, derives from my dog's name, Frank.
You think?
And Frank's full name is Frank Sinatra.
Oh, somebody likes Frank Sinatra.
And he came with that name from the care
Oh,
assistant. I didn't give him that name. If he already came fully formed, name, bow tie, the whole thing. So yeah.
that's unbelievable. All right, my head got something to say. Women around the world and men that support us. I really do feel blessed to have you in my life. I
Thank you
know
so
you're
much.
gonna,
Likewise. Thank you, Sandy.
you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
here's what we want before she goes. She's appreciating me in gratitude, but we know that there's somebody in your life, at least one person, if not more, that will benefit from listening or watching this podcast. It would really mean a lot to us if you shared it, rated it, liked it, subscribed. Did I forget anything? I always forget to
Leave a
say
review, a 5-star review.
it. And that. And until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Thanks, Mira, and toodles.
Thank you.